Mr. Speaker, the names that have been presented, the 7 names, I have no problem with them at all. However, as the majority leader said and the minority leader said, these names are presented under Article 127, under Article 248, and under Article 250. Mr. Speaker, specifically under Article 127, the Speaker is the permanent chair of the Parliamentary Service Commission. Article 248 lists the Parliamentary Service Commission as one of the commissions duly guided by Article 250. But Mr. Speaker, Article 250, sub-Article 6A is very specific, that unless ex officio, no person can serve in the commission for more than 1 term. It is a fixed term of 6 years. I have heard the minority leader say that the Parliamentary Service Commission is exempt from the provisions of the Constitution. I am unaware of such a provision, and I would like to be guided. As far as I understand it, Mr. Speaker, 2 of the 7 members appear to have already served. Now, I'm raising this not because I object to them, but for posterity, we have to be very clear. Are we guided by Article 256A or we are not? If we are, then are we not in danger of doing an act that is unconstitutional by amending Article 256A and allowing a member to essentially serve for more than 1 term? I seek your directions, Mr. Speaker.
But not apply to Article 250 and how they're supposed to be discharged. It's for the same caucus to come back, the same Jubilee parliamentary group and Orange parliamentary group sitting with reasons can write and bring a motion for their removal. So that is the leeway of the Parliamentary Service Commission. More fundamentally, when a member of parliament serves for 5 years, that is the end of the 5 years. When he's re-elected, he is serving a fresh new term. It's different from other public and state officers. So, Mr. Speaker, if you look at even the process in how we arrived at these names this afternoon, is totally different from the way Judicial Service Commission, Teacher Service Commission, Public Service Commission, SRC, how they arrived those names to this house. The roadmap is different. It's like day and night. It's not President Uhuru Kenyatta who brought these nominees to this house. Am I right? Did the Speaker read a message? The Speaker didn't read a message from the executive. So I think, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Otiende is good that he has raised it, and I think it's within his right. You have answered. I think we need to move and dispose of this matter, deal with the matter. I'm sure they have issues to deal with. Then we move. Then next time, I think this is a matter that the Legal Affairs Committee or you can bring a petition. 3 nominees who have been appointed to the Judicial Service Commission. Yesterday, they were being vetted. The President has the powers to appoint. And the same thing, the same question I want to ask you, Honorable Otiende Amolo, and I think these are some of the things, the legal food for thought you need to go home with. What about Judicial Service Commission? The Chief Justice is the Chief Justice and the President of the Supreme Court. He sits in the Judicial Service Commission. The Court of Appeal have similar representation the way we have representation in PSC. The same for the High Court, the same for the magistrates. The only 3 people who come through the presidency, through a selection panel, is the 3 nominees who represent non-lawyers. They represent the public interest in the JSC. So I think we are absolutely different. I think, Mr. Speaker, we need to move. And next time, I'm sure when Honorable Otieno wins his seat in 2022, he might be eligible through the Orange Party to be a member of the PSC.
Just for the information of the House, honorable members, for the information of the House, there are two other members of the commission appointed by Parliament who are non-members. And even as we speak, those of you who can recall, those two persons, one female, one male, were nominated, and the formula used was the minority side produced one name, which was female, and she is still a commissioner. The majority side produced one name, which was male. I still believe is male. But the said male resigned to go and contest and successfully became a senator. Now, as we speak, is a member of the Senate in the 12th Parliament. So indeed, actually, the leader of the majority party, you may be failing the House by not also submitting a name to replace that male. And those ones, again, Honorable Otiende, again, this is one issue that needs to be addressed. How long, this constitution does not say, because they are non-members, for them, how many years do they serve? 5 or 6. Again, these are gray areas that members of the Committee of Experts did not provide specifically. Yeah, it is true. So indeed, the leader majority is supposed to bring another name. Yes, because the records are there that the minority party submitted one name, and the lady is still a commissioner. She continues to serve. But it's a matter that perhaps will be contested by, I think, the public spirit and lawyers. Like, the other guy who is a very public spirited is not a lawyer, but he seems to enjoy the status of a lawyer in the Kenyan courts today. The member for Ruaraka, you wanted to say one small thing on this.
I think, Mr. Speaker, sir, the mood of the House is that you put the question, but even as you put the question, just to add my voice, Mr. Speaker, sir, you have ruled on this issue before. I remember several communications from the chair. And you know, law is interesting. That is why this constitution that was done by my friend Otiende Amolo and others, they allowed all of us Kenyans to interpret, including courts of law and anybody else who is able to read, and Okiyo Mutata also interprets these things. The only provision which, Mr. Speaker, sir, you have referred to in the past that has not gone in the Hansard today is Article 248, which is the application of this chapter, the Commission, the 15th chapter. And it begins with good words, but the key words there, except to the extent that this Constitution provides otherwise. Extent to which the Constitution applies otherwise. So, in the 15 commissions, it's a single term of 6 years and not eligible for reappointment. But 127 provides otherwise, because there is subsection 4, which provides a term of 5 years. A question can be whether we are talking about only the term and not the qualification of eligibility. But the way in which subsection 6 has been worded, the question of a single term is conjoined with the qualification of eligibility. So if, therefore, subsection 4 talks about 5 term, we just have to live with it, in my view, that it is the extent to which this Constitution provides otherwise. Thank you.
Very well. Well, honourable members, now what? Now, honourable members, as honourable members, usually when we are dealing with commissioners who are to serve in other commissions, I would have found it interesting that you are asking me to put the question. Is it because now these ones are your own? What? Is it the feeling of the? Is it? Huh? What? No, honor members, just a minute. Honor members, I think some of these terms which the Honorable Otiende Amolo and his team put in the new constitution are quite exciting. Now, everybody, diversity, regional balance, and et al. Now, gender, I don't know, age, youth, so many. But for me, honour members, to decide whether we move in one way or the other, because I don't know, here, put the question, we want to debate. Now, there are some, like the member of Oendebes who want debate and the member of Okikuyu. Honour members, can I find out what is the mood of the House? And the only method that is available to us is I will put the question that I put the question. Not even for the mover to reply. Because there has been no debate. Honour members, therefore, let me find out whether that is the mood of the House. A former member of this House used to refer to this as, and obviously the member for Sunais, I'm allowed to interchange the languages, Swahili and English. A former member of this House used to say, Kura ya makelele. Now, honour members, I will put the question. Which is that the Speaker do put the question on the motion. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. As many as of the contrary opinion say nay? Nay. Obviously, the ayes have it. Unless somebody is claiming for a division. Honourable members, there was only one member who rose in his place claiming for a division, the member for Homa Bay Town. So he did not meet the threshold of 30 members. So, honourable members, I will put the question. And as we have established, we have done this always. We have established. I'll put the question on each name. All of them? Honour members, order. Honour members, honour members, remember, I don't have to keep reminding you about the famous words of Speaker Lentho on the 4th of January, 1642. Yeah? That have no eyes to see, no ears to hear, no tongue to speak, except as directed by this house, whose servant I am.